Hey guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. This is the Blue Balloon and I'm Saumya and I'm here to take all your blues away. So today we're gonna do things you should keep in mind before 2022. This video is purely based on my experiences this year, what all I learned, and I just wanted to share it. To be honest, I'm not the best person to talk about this because anyone who knows me knows that I'm absolutely clueless and lost as to where I'm going in life. But you know what? You gotta fake it till you make it, baby. So I'm just faking the fact that I've got my life on track, that I'm absolutely sorted out, and that I'm living the life, when it's the opposite. I'm trying to fake my brain. I'm trying to make my brain believe that my life is on track, so that it actually gets on track. Do you get what I'm doing? So this video is not even for y'all, it's actually for myself. It's for myself to get back on track. It's for myself to realize, to be aware of my mistakes and stuff. It's not even for y'all. I don't know why y'all are watching this, but don't go, please. So for me personally, 2021 was not the best year. A lot of things happened this year. I mean, it was like a mixture, there was some good moments, there were some happy moments, but there were also a lot of bad moments. But I think the key point is that I learned a lot from this year, and I think at the end, that is what matters, because I think every bad moment makes you learn a lot from it, and that is how you make your next, in this case, I can make my next year so much better because I learned a lot from this year. So for me, the first and the most important thing that I learned this year was the fact that not everyone is going to like you, and that is absolutely okay. Because for the longest time, I've always wanted to be liked, I've always wanted to be accepted, I've always wanted to be wanted by everyone around me. And that's not going to happen because their vibe is different, your vibe is different. And sometimes two people are just in completely different places. Earlier, if someone would ghost me, or if someone would just, their energy would start decreasing when they're texting or when they're talking with me, I would start thinking that there's something wrong with me. And that's not true. So sometimes what happens is that yes, you are the problem, you are toxic, so that the person wants to distance themselves away from you. But most of the times, it's not even about you, it's about them. They want to surround themselves with different kind of people, and that's absolutely fine. That doesn't mean that there's something wrong with you. It's just that you are not their type. Just like guys, not every guy is your type. Does that mean there's something wrong with every other guy except your crush? No, there's nothing wrong. It's just that everyone has types, everyone has people they like surrounding themselves with. Don't be fake for some friends. Friends are temporary, your swag is permanent. You gotta have your own swag, don't just steal somebody else's swag. Okay, yeah, so this brings me to my second point. You gotta surround yourself with people who help you grow, with people who help you reach one step closer to your dreams, Because I don't remember the exact quote, but I'm pretty sure everyone has heard this, that you become like the people you surround yourself with. And that is so true, and this is something I realized this year. I can just give an example right now. Have you ever seen a person who is not really attractive to you in the first sight? But as soon as you see them with their group, and their group is this really aesthetic, really pretty, really popular group, they automatically become attractive to you. I don't know, but this has happened to me. And that's when I realized that the type of people you surround yourself with, those are the type of vibes you radiate. So you really have to be careful with the type of people you surround yourself with. And I messed up this year real bad because this year was just I was trying to be friends with as many people as I could. I didn't really see whether they were helping me grow. And what I realized now, at the end of the year, is that a lot of people actually hindered my growth. They were not really motivating me to do any better, Not liking people doesn't make you a bad person, I mean, I have two friends who are really, really sweet, and they're nice, and they're funny, and they're cool. But I just don't like them because I don't see myself growing with them. I don't see myself really enjoying with them in a way, I don't feel like our energy always matches. And that's fine. It doesn't make you a bad person at all. So remember that it's okay if you don't like everyone who likes you. As I mentioned earlier, that you cannot be liked by everyone, and similarly, you cannot like everyone. It's fine. It's absolutely fine. For the longest time, I also felt that if I am around someone who's better than me, could be anything, better than me than when it comes to studies, who is really, really pretty, I'm not going to lie. All this would make me very, very insecure because, I would start feeling oh, hey, I'm not good enough. But what's the good thing when you surround yourself with such people? It just makes it so much easier for you to learn, for you to grow. If you think you're not pretty enough and you're surrounding yourself with an extremely pretty person, you can literally go up to them and be like, oh hey, can you please give me a skincare routine? Now, unless they're selfish, they'll actually help you out. So you can learn. Okay, third point. Don't look at people as a source of jealousy. Look at them as a source of inspiration. This thing has helped me so much, I cannot even emphasize, honestly. I would look at people and I don't know if jealousy is like the right word. My hair looks pretty today. Sorry. So I don't know if jealousy is like exactly the right word, but I would get really insecure when I would look at someone really pretty, when I would look at someone really smart, I'd be like, bro, how does it feel like to be God's favorite? Why am I not God's favorite? That's not true. Everyone is God's favorite. It's God's plan. But now, instead of being jealous, of who they are, I try to look at them as a source of inspiration. If someone's really pretty, I try to see what makes them pretty. It could be a good clothing sense, it could be their makeup, it could be the way, their confidence. There's just so many things to learn from people. Even the worst people, like there's this girl in my school who's really mean, and you get it, right? There are some kids who are mean. But the way she carries herself, the amount of confidence she radiates, that's something I look up to in her. So now I come to my fourth point. This is about criticism, You have people around you, that means you're going to get criticized. That means there is going to be someone who's going to be talking shit behind your back. There's going to be someone who's going to be underestimating you. It's a thing. That's going to happen if you have friends. Even if you don't have friends, it can be your family. Even if you don't have family, I didn't mean. Even if your family doesn't criticize you, it will be you. You will be your worst enemy, So, what can you do about it? Well, you can just sit and cry about it, which is what I used to do until I found a really nice alternative that you all should try, is to prove them wrong. So there are some things that people say about you that even you deep down know that yes, it is true. Now you can get mad at them for pointing it out, but instead of being mad at them, I think when they are saying something that you know is true and you know that you can't change it, go ahead, change it. Why are you being mad at them? Just change it and show them that hey, I changed. But if they're criticizing you for something which you know it's true, but you cannot change it, you gotta accept it. You can't just cry about it. Life is too short to just cry about flaws that aren't even flaws, You gotta embrace it. You gotta love it. Now the second thing is when someone criticizes you, but you know that it's not true. Okay, it's valid, you will get mad at them for thinking something, for assuming stuff about you. But again, what's the point of being mad? If they said something that's not true, you shouldn't even care. The best revenge is success. The best revenge is not to go out there and plot something against them. That's not the best revenge. You're focusing so much on someone who doesn't deserve that energy. Your best revenge is to focus all your energy on yourself. Be the best version of yourself. Then they will know, okay, so this is who she is. She's a badass bitch. And then they cannot speak shit. Then they will speak shit about you because you are just in such a higher position than them. This brings me to the fact that you should be okay with making mistakes. Again, for the longest time, I was too scared of making mistakes that I wouldn't even try doing things. I wouldn't do things because if you don't do stuff, you're not making mistakes. But what I didn't realize is that if you're not making mistakes, you're not learning, you're not growing, you're not getting, out of your comfort zone. So whenever I would make a mistake, I would run away from it, if that makes sense. Like, I would make a mistake, someone would point it out, and I would just run away. Like, I would be very embarrassed. I was like, oh my god, I just made a mistake? Like, obviously you're gonna make mistakes, you're a human being. Even robots, they have malfunctioning. No one's really perfect. And, okay, I don't know if you realize this, but what I've seen is that there are two kinds of people. First are people who make mistakes, and as soon as someone points it out, they become absolutely defensive, They just go like, I didn't make a mistake, why are you pointing it out, this, that. But then there's this another set of people who make mistakes, and on being pointed out about it, they accept it, and I don't know, they just have this humility and this pride, and not pride as in a bad thing, but they know that it is okay to make mistakes, and that's why they're not ashamed or embarrassed to accept it. And whenever I meet or encounter such people, who laugh on their own mistakes, who laugh at themselves, I am in awe. My respect for them increases, and I'm trying to be like that. The next point is, I'm gonna read it out because I forgot. Don't drown your self-respect running after a guy. This is what I've written here. This is like the most important thing I want to tell over here. I think life is too short to be running after someone who doesn't want you. Life is too short to be running after someone whom you don't know whether they want you or not. If it's mixed signals, get out. We don't support mixed signals. It's either a yes or a no. Anything in between, we don't want it. If it's a no, you will find someone else. If it's a yes, go ahead, live your life, bestie. But yeah, do you get it? You don't sacrifice your entire life running after a guy, running after a boy, and just crying because they don't like you back, or crying because you don't know what their signals are saying. I read this post somewhere that said that if a guy is giving you mixed signals, that means they're not interested in you. Harsh truth, baby. They're not interested in you. Back away. You'll find someone, and then you will live your life. But for now, you got to focus on yourself, because when it's like if you seek a lot of male validation, it means that you're not really confident on your own. You're not really satisfied by yourself. That sounds wrong. You're not really happy by being alone, and if you're not happy being alone, you're not gonna be happy being with someone else. So instead of trying to find someone else to complete you, not just a guy, it could be even a best friend, anyone, you have to be that missing piece. You have to complete yourself, and then whoever comes along will come along. People will get attracted to you by the type of energy you radiate. So you gotta radiate positive vibes, you gotta radiate fun, happy vibes, my next point. Okay, this is a very harsh truth, and I feel like a lot of people will kind of like not agree with me in a way, but no one's gonna really like you if you're insecure. This is something I learned this year. I was really insecure, at the start of the year. Now I feel like I won't say I'm not insecure at all. I think everyone has insecurities, but I'm just trying to embrace them, and I'm trying to, kind of just not let them gain control of me or over my friendships, over my relationships with people. But for the longest time, I was extremely insecure. I would see a slight change in people's tone, and I would go like, do you hate me? Did I do something wrong? Are you mad at me? What did I do? Do you want to block me? It's okay if you block me. I deserve it. People would literally step all over me, and I would be like, yeah, I deserve it. It's okay. You cool. I'm not. And at one point, it got so annoying because I would always keep texting people, and I would be like, first of all, I would apologize a lot for things that didn't even need an apology, because I thought it did. I thought that everything I was doing was wrong. Low self-esteem, this is what your mind convinces you to believe, that everything you're doing is wrong, but that's not true. And I would always keep texting people, and I would be like, please tell me if I'm annoying you, please tell me if I'm irritating you. And that is what's irritating. People have got their own problems, they're not your therapist. I'm not saying that no one's gonna like you if you're insecure. That's not exactly what I'm saying. But to a certain extent, if your insecurities grow beyond that extent, then they'll want to distance themselves from you, because you are hindering their growth, you're hindering their peace by constantly asking them whether you're annoying or whatever, They won't see why you are that way, they won't see how you became that way, all they're going to see what you are. This is why I say that you gotta fake it till you make it, You gotta pretend that you're very confident, you gotta pretend that you've got everything figured out, because then people will be like, oh, she got everything figured out, she's cool. It's a mindset, you get confident privilege, you get pretty privilege, it's a thing, you gotta fit into it. Again, it's okay to fit in as long as you are not altering your entire personality. This is something I learned this year, and it's been really helpful, because you always hear people say, oh, you don't need to fit in because you were born to stand out. That's trash advice. That's trash advice. It's okay to fit in. It's okay if you are just forcefully trying to watch a movie in order to fit in with your friends who always keep talking about a movie. All I'm saying is that it's okay to do certain things to fit in, because we all want to feel loved, we all want to feel accepted, we all want to feel valued, and for that, sometimes you need to fit in. Finally, I'm going to sum it up because I'm sleepy. If you can see it, on my face is written sleep. I need sleep. Anyway, you gotta understand your priorities, This year, I think I was so lost because I kind of lost track of what my priorities were. I kind of lost track of what I wanted in life. You gotta have goals, you gotta have aims, you gotta decide whether you focus relationships over studies, or whether it's the other way around. You gotta think about it yourself. Don't just give in to what your friends are doing. It's not worth it. Forgive people. Forgiving is very important, because it's not about winning, Some people think that forgiving the other person means that the other person won. No, you won, because now you're at peace. If you never forgive a person, you're constantly thinking about them, they're constantly in your mind, you're constantly getting angry at what they did to you. Once you forgive them and you let them go, that person is not in your mind anymore. You are at peace, and if you are at peace, don't care about what they're doing. Don't wish. Now, what I've seen a lot of people do is wish for that person's downfall. Don't ever do that. Just wish for you to rise up from that. And then I have the last 3 points, that you gotta be kind. Kill them with kindness, or treat people with kindness. Harry Styles is my god, quoting Anisa from Never Have I Ever. But yeah, you gotta be kind, even if they have not been kind to you, even if people have not been kind to you. You have to be kind. Okay, kind doesn't mean gullible, kind doesn't mean naive. Kind means kind. Just have good intentions towards everyone, that's it. It's really not worth being mean. Again, there's a difference between being mean and being savage. Some people think being savage is, being mean is being savage. No. Being mean is just being a dumb bitch who has attitude. Being savage is knowing when to roast people and is knowing when to stand up for yourself, and that's what you have to do this year. And step out of your comfort zone. How long are you going to stay inside your cocoon? It's the uncertainty. When you talk about uncertainty, it can be really scary, but it's really cool at the same time, you know? I think you don't really have to know everything. That's why uncertainty is cool. Sometimes not knowing stuff can be really fun because you don't know what you're expecting. So, and every step, it could be something really small. It could be something really, really small. It could be that you're a very quiet person. You just want to open up a bit. So just make it like, okay, go up to two people, approach them yourselves and say hi. That's it. That's literally it. That's a big thing. That's a really big thing if you ask me. Because I'm like kind of quiet person. So if I actually go up to even like one person and be like, oh, hey, hi, and I just start a convo, I feel very proud of yourself, and you better feel proud of yourself for the little things. It's not always about the big things. It's not like you have to earn $1 billion and then you're gonna be proud. No, be proud of yourself for the little things. Be proud of yourself for literally just existing. For surviving this year, I think that's a big thing, honestly. You survived through this pandemic, so you survived these 2 years. I think you deserve a Nobel Prize. And you're cool if you think you're cool. I think I'm cool. So I'm cool, but I also think I'm hot. So I'm hot as well, you know? You're whatever you think you are. So if you think you're dumb, that's what you're gonna radiate. If you think you're not good enough, that's what you're gonna radiate. If you think you're boring, people are gonna think you're boring. Finally, I hope this video made a little bit of sense. I don't know, but yeah. I am preaching as if I know a lot about life, but that is what I always do. I give unsolicited advice and pretend I know everything. Whereas in reality, I know nothing, and no one likes hearing what I talk about because people are like, why is she giving this unwanted advice? But I still give it because I have absolutely no life and because I don't care about what people think of me. But I actually do care what people think of me. I just pretend I don't care about what people think of me, and then I cry myself to sleep at night. But anyways, hope you guys enjoyed watching this video. Happy New Year, and I hope the next year is gonna be yours. Make it yours, okay? We are in this together.